Everyone, Charles Walhingford back again with another watch video for you. And this video I've been waiting to do. I've been studying up to make sure I say the right thing. I've been rehearsing to make sure I say the right thing. I'm going to try my best to spell everything right on the graphics here. But this is something I really wanted to talk about for months. For months I've been wanting to do this video, but I wanted to make sure I do it right for you. So here it is. This is my love-hate relationship with Rolex. Like I said in my video with who was a real watch collector, this goes along with it. This is a piece of that video in a sense. This could, in a sense, be part 2. So let's go ahead and get started. So I know a lot of people are going to get mad at this. So let's start out first. What do I love about Rolex? The number one thing about Rolex that I have to say is I'm a watch collector. You can't be a watch collector if you don't love watches. You don't love horology and everything that comes with it. So it's impossible for me not to love Rolex for how big Rolex is, how popular Rolex is, and everything else. It's impossible for me not to love Rolex if I don't love watch collecting. Impossible. So just being in watch collecting, I have to love what they have done for the genre, what they have done for the hobby. I know that's real basic and it's not a direct thing about why I love Rolex. Well, let's get a little bit more direct. Tudor. There's certain things about Rolex that are missing that Tudor fills in. So if I love Tudor, and I love Tudor, to me, pound for pound, for what you get, to me, Tudor is the absolute best watch, pound for pound. I love Tudor for that. They have high quality, and their movement sometimes nowadays, sometimes isn't the best, still really good, and they have very similar resale value to Rolex. Similar, not the same. And collectability. They have some serious collectability. As I said, with Rolex, loving Rolex because of horology, because of watch collecting, it goes with Rolex is the standard. They're the standard, they're the flag bearer. They're also the champion. With being the standard, other brands are better than Rolex. I'm hoping I'm not making anybody mad or pissed off already, but it's the truth. Rolex isn't the best. But to be better than Rolex, you have to be damn good. You got to be flawless. You have to be extraordinary. And Rolex is that standard. The next thing is with the champion, Rolex is our Manchester United. They're our New York Yankees. They're our Dallas Cowboys, if you're talking about sports. They're our Barcelona. That's what Rolex is. They're our Tiger Woods. Look at what Tiger Woods has done for golf, and look what is happening to golf without Tiger Woods. I hate to admit it, but what would watch collecting be without Rolex? But I'm telling you, watch collecting owes a lot to Rolex for their popularity, to get people into it. So that's another thing, and it doesn't sound like I love that, but I love that about Rolex. Rolex has done that for us. They're our champions. The first thing that I hate about Rolex are Rolex fanatics, Rolex fans that love Rolex because it's a Rolex. That's their answer. Why do you love Rolex? Because it's a Rolex. What the hell does that mean? What? You love Rolex because it's a Rolex? Some of them have a little bit more experience, and they'll say, I love Rolex because of in-house movement. In-house movement? You know how many different brands you just talked about? that are nice as Rolex or better than Rolex? Oh, craftsmanship. Wow, that's profound, craftsmanship. And then they'll say prestige. Yeah, Rolex is prestigious. Again, you just talked about quite a few brands, but that doesn't make a watch good. What makes a watch good? The science I talked about before. What physical part of that watch is nicer than others? What technology in that watch makes that nicer than others? What artistry makes it nicer than others? A watch collector can tell me. Watch collectors can tell me that answer. Watch collectors can tell me that answer. But they have so many people who love Rolex fans that aren't watch collectors, mucking up the whole game. They're on YouTube or commenting on my videos. You should have bought a Rolex. I'd rather have a Rolex, and don't know why they say that. They're on the forums. You probably should have bought a Rolex, and they don't know why. They don't know why, and that bothers me so much. Like, why are you on here and you don't know why you like what you like? The answer is because it's a Rolex or prestige. That's your answer. Prestige. Congratulations, you talked about 8 other brands. That's not why Rolex is the best. And being a watch collector, right here, I can tell you why Rolex is the best. I'll get to that. Or why you would choose a Rolex. Not to say it's the best, but why you would choose Rolex. But I'll get to that soon. Let's talk about another thing that bothers me so much is clickbait. Rolex is used as clickbait on YouTube so much. If you're not familiar with clickbait is the title or the thumbnail that's used to get people to watch your video. If you use a certain title, people will click on it to see what it is. A lot of times, people do videos on their pit bull playing with their baby, or the pit bull playing with another animal. They'll say pit bull attacks baby, and then you'll see a pit bull playing gently with a young baby or a child. So Rolex, people will do that with Rolex because Rolex is so popular. People will do that. People I've watched, piss me off more than anything else when you say, I bought my first Rolex. I bought another Rolex. Clickbait. But they're popular, and they said, I want to maintain my popularity. So they associate themselves with another popular thing, Rolex. That's why they do it. So I bet you guys thought I was going to talk about somebody on our genre. I bet you thought I was talking about these guys that make videos just like I do. Maybe we have opposing thoughts, but they make videos, and they made videos about Rolex. Bet you thought that's what I was talking about. Absolutely not. I'm not talking about anybody who's doing watch videos. Now, for those of you who love Rolex and you want to know more about Rolex, let me give you a little bit of Rolex history. Like I said before in the very beginning, I'm a watch collector. I love watches. I love horology, and I can't love horology without loving watch collecting. I can't love watch collecting and horology without Rolex. So I know quite a bit of Rolex's history. Why? Because I know quite a bit of other watch brands' history. It sounds crazy, doesn't it? Here, let me give you an awesome example of what I'm talking about. What's one of the most popular Rolex models? It's a Daytona. Daytona is extremely popular, extremely collectible. Christie's always has a Rolex Daytona in their auction. Very, very popular watch. Very collectible watch. One of the most collectible, where it really got, the Daytona really got popular after the Paul Newman. That one, that design is known as the Zenith Daytona. They call it the Zenith Daytona or the El Primero Daytona because it has a Zenith El Primero movement. And I know some of you serious Rolex fans, I'm not going to call you fans, Rolex collectors. Some of you serious Rolex collectors are like, wait a minute. They modified that El Primero movement. So it's still not an in-house movement. Remember that though, guys. Remember the in-house movement, I think I said before? Yeah, still not an in-house movement. But Rolex did, yes, you're right. Rolex modified that movement to the point where when everything's said and done, it's only 50% of that original El Primero movement was left. That's right. But what was in there? What was put in there? Well, brigade parts. So you have the Zenith and Zenith El Primero movement, along with brigade parts. Here's something to think about, Rolex fans. So if you like the Daytona and you like Rolex, you have to give other brands their due. You have to understand that other brands made Rolex good. Rolex loves that you think they're the best. In order to be the best, they look at other brands like, what do we need to do to be better? We need to get help. And they got help. So if you want to know more about Rolex, you want to learn more about Rolex, you need to learn more about watch collecting and the history of all watches. And then you won't be that Rolex fanatic. You'll be a Rolex collector. There's a difference. And that's a little bit of history, thanks to your friend Charles Walhingford. There's a lot more Rolex history, but I don't want to make this video too long because it's starting to add up. Thank you for watching. Thank you for spending the time with me. For those of you who are new to watch collecting, I hope that gives you some food to grow on. For those of you who are into watch collecting, who love their Rolex and don't like what I said, thank you for watching the video completely, not turning it off before I was finished. And I'm looking forward to your comments. And for those of you who are on the same line as me, thank you for watching again. Thank you for subscribing to me. And I hope I gave you a little bit more ammunition for your arguments. I'm Charles Walhingford. Rolex is how I would spend my money, but it's how I would spend my money if I'm buying the best watch possible.